Hi, guys, and welcome to day 35. Today, we're going to be talking about the importance of the secondary character. We're going to be doing that using The Karate Kid by Gary Soto. Now is the time to make sure that you are prepared to continue. So make sure you're on the right page in your packet and you are sitting someplace where you can really pay attention and get your work done. So, our first question is, what is a secondary character? A secondary character is a character that has a supporting role in the story. They are important, but they have fewer appearances within the story. Why is the secondary character important? First, they help develop the primary character. We get to know the primary character better through their interactions with the secondary character. Second, they help develop the setting. The world the author is trying to create seems more real to the reader with the development of the secondary character. And finally, they add texture to the plot. Authors can use the secondary characters to develop twists and turns in the storyline. For example, a secondary character can add conflict or assist with the resolution. So let's consider Esperanza Rising. Obviously, we know that Esperanza is the primary character, but who is an important secondary character? I hope that you said Miguel because Miguel is my favorite secondary character in Esperanza Rising. So let's consider why Miguel is so important to this story. First, how does he help develop the main character? Meaning, how does he help develop Esperanza? Well, Esperanza was constantly learning from Miguel. He taught her to be selfless, hardworking, and loyal. Without Miguel, Esperanza would not have changed in the story. How does Miguel help develop the setting? Due to Miguel, the reader learned what it was like in Mexico. We learned that the rich and poor were very separated. We also learned about the discrimination they faced in the US through Miguel. Now, how does Miguel help develop the plot? Miguel was instrumental to the plot. That means the plot wouldn't have worked without him. So he delivered many twists and turns from rescuing Abuelita from the fire to getting her to the United States. He also taught Esperanza valuable lessons. Miguel was always there to assist Esperanza at the right time. So he was instrumental to the plot. Now let's consider the Karate Kid. Obviously, we know that Gilbert is the primary character, but who is an important secondary character? In this story, we're going to go ahead and study Mr. Lopez. So, Mr. Lopez was the karate instructor, and your short response for today has to do with whether Mr. Lopez was a good instructor or a bad instructor. So, we really need to take a look at and analyze his role within the story. So, how did Mr. Lopez help develop the main character? Gilbert really wanted Mr. Lopez to teach him to be a martial arts master, to be fearless, and to be able to defeat his bully. Mr. Lopez was not effective, though, and Gilbert was disappointed in him. So it's important to point out that Mr. Lopez was not effective in teaching Gilbert martial arts. However, he does teach him something else. How does he help develop the setting? Mr. Lopez had a dojo or a martial arts studio and dressed the part. He wore a martial arts uniform with a black belt. This made it feel authentic. And finally, how does Mr. Lopez develop the plot? Mr. Lopez, being an ineffective instructor, became another conflict for Gilbert. He learned that he would prefer to read about superheroes rather than be one. This was a valuable lesson for him, one he wouldn't have learned without Mr. Lopez. Today's daily task. Along with the multiple choice questions about the short story, you need to answer this question. Was Mr. Lopez a good instructor or a bad instructor? So there's no wrong answer here because even though Mr. Lopez was not effective at teaching him karate, he did teach him something. So whether you say he was a good instructor or a bad instructor, that is up to you. It's just how well you defend your claim. So when you see my picture, it says you can do it. What I mean by you can do it is you can state your claim and support it clearly with two strong pieces of text evidence that are explained thoroughly. So make sure that you are taking the time to really consider um, your evidence and how it supports whether Mr. Lopez was a good instructor or a bad instructor. I look forward to reading your responses. Thank you so much. I miss you so much. Bye.